Joanne, you join us just in time for the national anthems in Ascoli ahead of this huge game.
Ed ora, signore e signori, l'inno d'Italia.
And now, please remain standing for the national anthem of Italy.
Well, if the Italian national anthem doesn't get you in the mood for a big football match, I don't know what will. It's one of the great sporting anthems, and as you can see from looking around the stadium, there is little pockets of Irish support. The Italians, well, this stadium holds just over 12,000. They were expecting a bigger crowd, but there's still a decent support here. And you've heard already from Darren about the temperatures. It's 28 degrees currently in Ascoli, a place made famous in Irish terms by Liam Brady, who played here for one season back in the 80s. There is the Irish team. Jim Crawford has selected to go into battle today in the final game in the qualification group. The three changes, Bagan, Ferguson and Kilkenny coming in, and the Italians, well, they have brought Viti into a back three. There is the Irish team, even though it says Italia on the top, but anyway, there you go. We know better at this stage. Italy have won this competition 5 times. The last time, though, was back in 2004. Along with Spain, they are the most successful nation in the history of European under-21 football. The referee is from Hungary, Gergo Bolgar, who took charge of a Bohemians match last year, a Conference League qualifier against F91 due to launch. That was in July of last year, and Bohemians won that game by 3-0. So the Italian director showing us the Irish team twice, and we're about to get underway. Stephen Kelly, a former under-21 captain for his country. What was it, 17 caps at this age grade? big day. How do you see it going?
Yeah, huge, absolutely huge, but they have to have so much confidence going into this based on what they've done over the last few weeks to get themselves in a position where they've got the playoff place already set. They've got nothing to lose. They have to go into this feeling confident and that they can improve on the performance the last time out against the Italians.
So away we go. Italy need only a draw to qualify automatically. Ireland have the playoff spot already secured, but a victory would send the team to the UEFA Under-21 Championships for the very first time. That was Rovella, the number 10, the 22.5 million euro player, and a first touch for Brian Maher of Derry City. Cashin from Derby County floats that forward towards Evan Ferguson. Hard to believe he's just 17 years of age, but he's an incredible talent. Gavin Kilkenny, we heard about his ability to hold on to the ball, really played well when he came on the last day, and now trouble. Cashin is in bother here, and Maher makes the save. Some early nerves from Aaron Cashin, and Ireland get away with that thanks to the right boot of Brian Maher. But the Italians still attacking now. This is Cambiaggi, and a big clearance by Mark McGuinness, the Cardiff City defender. A nervy start.
Yeah, Cashin just gets nicked. He gets a bit complacent as he tries to put the ball back to Maher, but Maher does brilliantly, gets his foot down to it, blocks his angles really well, and he's been excellent throughout this whole tournament so far.
So that was Pellegrini from Torino who put him under pressure, and that is Cashin's header out. Parisi, the left back or the left wing back, we'll see exactly what way they're going to play. The captain is Ricci from Torino. Ascoli, he's an Atalanta player, another one of these incredibly talented youngsters that Atalanta are bringing through. That was a touch for Viti, and Conor Coventry, the captain, gets in the way. Now Kilkenny and Will Smallbone. What a star he's shaping up to be. Liam Kerrigan chasing this down. The UCD man, his third under-21 cap. And that's an Irish ball, much to the disgust of Mattia Viti.
It's a great position Smallbone picks up, and that's where you want him, that pocket behind the centre forwards. And then Kerrigan's such a willing runner. You know, you put the ball into that space, he's going to try and get onto it. What an occasion for him to play in this game as well.
The Italian goalkeeper is Plizzari, a Milan player. He's on loan at Lecce, Alessandro Plizzari. So a set piece already for Ireland, something to try and trouble the Italians with. Will Smallbone will take it. As you can see, there's plenty of height in there. McGuinness is really good in the air. Been picked up by Cambiasso. Smallbone's delivery, bouncing awkwardly, and Italy able to deal with it, and they'll break quickly with Cambiaggi. He's got great pace, as you can see. An Atalanta player, Cambiaggi, going to take it on himself. Wide. Did it take a touch off an Irish player?
Yeah, driving forward. Ireland get good numbers around them, though. To be fair, they get back, they close them, they're cutting off the space, the angles for the shot. He's driving, and then Conor just decides to step up. Doesn't catch it very well, but you know, go back to the Irish corner. They've been very inventive with their corners throughout this whole tournament, and they've done things off the cuff. They've done things they've been trained with, and it's something that's definitely been a real strong aspect from us. Just don't get caught on the counter-attack like that, though.
The city of Ascoli, population of 50,000 people, and this club, certainly when Liam Brady was playing for them, they did punch above their weight for many, many years, had plenty of seasons in the top flight, 16 seasons in the top flight from the early 70s until 1982, when they finished 6th. They were 4th 2 years before that, but the club went bankrupt in 2014 and now on a much sounder financial footing. But it's rare for them to host an Italian national team at any age grade. And this 21s team, well, the Italians are very excited about their prospects, but Ireland can deny them a place, an automatic qualification place in the European finals, which are next year. Here's Ricci. Viti. 13 is Parisi, and that's pushed into the corner for Nicolo Rovella to try and chase down. He's the £22.5 million player, bought by Juventus from Genoa and then loaned straight back.
You know, they have got sprinkles of such stars on their side, but Ireland's shape has been really good. Even there, forcing them down one side and making them play the ball out, you know, not letting them come back on themselves and recycle it, which is really important. And with the weather conditions being so hot, it's going to be hard to press the way we like to press, so it's about getting your shape and limiting their passing options going forward.
Ferguson certainly fancies the aerial duel with his direct marker, Pirola. Tyreek Wright. What a talent that young man is, from Ovens in County Cork. His parent club is Aston Villa, but he was on loan at Salford and Colchester over the course of the season. And we know loans so important for these young players. Here's Conor Coventry, and now Tyreek Wright just wouldn't steady down for the shot. And Ascoli got in the way for Italy, and Bove there as well for the Italians. And some nice footwork there from Pirola. And the referee says play on, and Italy do that with Parisi. That is Lee O'Connor, and the Waterford man puts it out for a throw-in. Italy want to keep the pace as high as they possibly can.
Just wouldn't come down for right there. Almost Smallbone's run almost went in his path. If he stays away, leaves it in a 1-on-1 situation where he might get the shot away.
Ascoli. That's Bove. More pressure on the Irish defence. Conor Coventry there. McGuinness got a left boot in. The captain is Ricci. They were held 1-1 against Sweden in Sweden in their last qualifying match, and as Jim Crawford said yesterday, they created an awful lot of chances but could only convert one. And that was from a penalty. Clearance from Brian Marr. Ferguson.
Such a great knock from Mark, because you hear him calling Ev, just to get him to drop into the pocket, and instead of just booting up there to his head, he drops it into him where he can control that and bring us into the game.
Tyreek Wright was looking to flick that forward. It went wrong for him, and Parisi has it for the Italians. Ricci. Cambiasso. Ascoli. Cambiaggi. Cambiasso for Italy. Joel Bagan is the Irish left back, and the Italians have drawn a foul out of Conor Coventry in a threatening position.
He's looking for it. He's driving inside. Coventry just steps up. It's a bit too strong. It's definitely a free kick, but you know, as he comes inside there, there's probably an opportunity to nick that ball instead of giving the free kick away. But you can see it, they've definitely set up with the three at the back and the two wing backs. And it's Cambiasso who is that inverted winger. He's left foot, but he's playing on the right hand side, so he's always going to want to come in and cause problems drifting in field.
If you were to pick a favourite to take this free kick for Italy, you would think it's going to be the number 10, Rovella. Ricci has taken up a good position to his left. So that's Lee O'Connor lying on the ground. As the wall jumps, he'll try, and it went straight into the wall from Rovella. And the rebound can be dangerous, something different, but it's taken a deflection and it's gone out for the first corner of the game.
Yeah, the wall does its job straight into a nice big strong. I still don't get the man lying down. Honestly, no, I don't. Okay. Honestly, I can't get my head around that. I find it ridiculous. But listen, each their own.
Well, we do see it quite a lot. Rovella will take the corner for Italy. Bove in there. Ricci again peels away. And Brian Marr happy to see that go harmlessly off target.
Good pressure from Cash in there, because it looks like it's going to be a free header, but he's just engaged. He's in contact with him, doesn't let him get the free contact.
So in the 10th minute now. And anyway, this Irish team can work in little breathers here and there. The block on Cashin. It's been a tricky opening for Cashin. The shot well blocked down by Kilkenny, who got across there. And now Ferguson as Ireland break with Tyreek Wright. He's got great pace. Kerrigan is there with him. Kerrigan screaming for it. And Wright held onto it and perhaps should have played it earlier on with Liam Kerrigan in support for Ireland. That was a good break for them. It just breaks down at the wrong moment. Rovella for Italy.
The little header from Ferguson was brilliant, just to put it into his path as well. But as Wright's driving forward, Kerrigan, he's making a really good run, but he needs to commit to go past him instead of being beside him. Go past him, and then you get that ball.
Rovella. You can hear the Irish communication, the players all talking to each other. Smallbone turns it over, Ferguson. And Coventry out wide to Tyreek Wright. Italy get numbers back. Bagan for Ireland. Rice. Oh, needs to play a little bit quicker because the pressure was put on by Pellegrini, the centre forward, who'd come back to help out. Coventry plays it forward to Kerrigan. I think he's got exam results coming soon from UCD. Leo O'Connor. O'Connor turns back inside. Still going, ran into an Azzurri wall, and Ascoli with the clearance for Italy. Cashin just knocks it down, but Pellegrini is there for the Italians. Cashin gets across and he needs Brian Marr.
Some excellent play by Ireland. Coventry played a fantastic ball through the middle there into a great path.
That's a super clear. Well, it was looked as if it was going to be really good, but again, the intention was there from Marr. And I know we talk about Gavin Bazunu and the quality of the foot passing, same with Caoimhín Kelleher. Marr has it too.
He absolutely does. Honestly, it's been such a feature because he's so clever with his distribution. He finds wide men even there. I said that earlier part. You hear him calling Evan Ferguson to drop into place, and he said it's not a hoops ball. It's not one of those back in the day where we're fighting for. He just drops it into him, and that allows the midfield, like Smallbone, to link up as well. So it's very clever.
That was a touch from Will Smallbone, the Southampton player. Kerrigan, free kick, pushed off it by Parola. Joel Bagan. Coventry. That's a lovely ball to Smallbone. Ascoli has gone with him. Will Smallbone for Ireland. Ferguson through the middle. Parola got lucky with that, able to hook it away. You just get the feeling that Ireland growing in confidence with this and growing into the match. They would have expected the Italians to throw a lot at them in the first 10 minutes. Rovella for Italy, and Cambiaggi did really well to get that under control. Here's Rovella. Ball pushed out wide, Bagan goes across. Cross on its way, and Leo O'Connor had to deal with that. He was aware of Italian players behind him.
Dara, his positioning against Montenegro was absolutely sensational for a fullback, and there again he just picks up such a good, clever position where he can clear the danger, knows what's around him and gets it away. Brilliant from O'Connor.
Corner on its way there. Second, oh, Ascoli just got under it.
You can see that we're making runs forward and we're playing really good football, but you can look energy sapping, doesn't it? You can tell when they make one run forward that the heat is going to be such a huge factor, that the lads then, the recovery, it's taken like Tariq's right. You can tell it took a little bit for him to recover from his run. Smallbone there a little bit too, and you know, it's at the end of what's been a long window for these players.
But the prize on offer, absolutely massive. They've 19 points in the group as Parola puts the ball out. He didn't want to take the risk, which equals the highest ever total by an Irish under-21 team in a qualification campaign. But they have secured that playoff spot for the first time ever. But today, well, it's about trying to get that victory that would put them through to the finals next year in Romania and Georgia. Oh, where is that going to go? The Hungarian officials have sided with Ireland, much to the disgust of Andrea Cambiasso. Ferguson and Ascoli. Ferguson has started really well. It's
great first touch, and then he rolls his man as well, just causing loads of problems.
A reminder, he's only 17 years of age. Ascoli, they're claiming a corner. Another throw in. Tyreek Wright. Bagan. Kilkenny. Maybe not the time to try that fancy flick, and Italy look to break. The return fixture, or the reverse fixture in Tala last year, Italy won by 2-0. But this Irish team have finished the group very strongly. Had a sticky enough start to the whole thing. That's Nicolato, who's the Italian manager.
On the night in Tala, the Italians were a far better outfit. They outclassed us, and they've been the best team we've come up against. But we've grown so much as this competition's gone on, and the number of games these players have been getting in the league.
Cross on its way. Oh, Parisi could have gambled, perhaps. The cross was tailing away from him, and the Empoli player just couldn't get on the end of it.
It's a great delivery, isn't it? He just doesn't read the flight of it and can't get in. And O'Connor's in a decent position, to be fair. He's back beyond that far post, so he's still stopping him getting in front of him. But the pace and the delivery is wonderful.
That's for Kerrigan. He's beaten in the air by Vitti. Parisi. And again, a little spin away from Coventry. Coventry just stood there, and Parisi, well, was fouled, but certainly made sure the referee saw it.
It's definitely a foul, but he's making the most of it as he can. Connor dangles his foot, almost gets a contact, but it's a great little pirouette, isn't it?
Oh, a scare for Ireland. Cambiasso it was, who, well, ended up with his head in his hands as he couldn't apply the finish. So a scare for Ireland, and some time on the ball just to take a little bit of a breather and take the sting out of the Italians would be most welcome. O'Connor. Caleb Ascoli for Italy. Lovely ball forward. Nice spin as well from Bove, the Roma player who played in Europe for them this season under Mourinho, and they've got another corner out of it, and they're building the pressure. Yeah, this was the earlier one.
Yeah, the early one. Just they get down the line, they take the free kick really quickly, and they put it to a decent area. Just the ball gets dropped behind them, and Ireland get away with it because the man is free in the box.
Did Aaron Cashin get a touch on that? I'd love to see that replay again. That may have stopped the ball getting cleanly through to Cambiasso. Corner on its way. Cashin spinning after it. They've got another one.
They've put the ball into some really dangerous areas, haven't they?
Different corner this time. Cambiasso crosses right-footed this time. Marr stays on his line. Ascoli and McGuinness, and the referee. What's he done here? McGuinness, it's a penalty. He's given a penalty to Italy for the challenge by Mark McGuinness on Caleb Ascoli, the Italian centre-back.
You know, watching it, McGuinness isn't facing the ball at all. He's completely turned with his back to face the man with his arm across him. So I could see why the referee is giving it, because he's not looking to intercept at all. He's just looking to deal with the man. See? I know what goes on, but yet you have to at least be trying to find where the ball is and making some contact with him. At this stage, he's just facing the man, and there's no awareness of where the ball actually is.
So the ball won't stay on the spot for Nicolo Rovella. 22.5 million quid. Brian Marr in goal for Ireland. This is a huge moment in this under-21 qualifier. Rovella scores. Italy take the lead in Ascoli in the 20th minute.
Just cool, calm, collective penalty, puts it, sends the keeper the wrong way. But if you've been growing into the game, and there was always going to be a point where Ireland were going to have to defend well, ride their luck, because Italy are a very good side. But to give away a silly penalty like that is just, that's so costly. You know, one of those things where you have to learn from your mistakes and make sure that, you know, at least have your eye on the ball. To get turned like that and to be completely focused on just the man, it gives the referee a decision to make. Great penalty though.
The Italians need only a draw. Now they have the lead, and they had been building pressure, a succession of corners, some fraught moments at the back for Ireland, and that mountain just got a little bit higher. Here's Kerrigan for Ireland as they look to reply straight away. Left the ball after him. Ferguson had peeled out wide right. Beauvais. And Ascoli, the player who was fouled by Mark McGuinness. Vitti. Parisi played 25 games in Serie A for Empoli this season. There is a huge amount of Serie A experience in this Italian team.
See, we talk about developing players, but these players are developing at such a high level that, you know, what they're doing is playing at the top division in their league, so they're going to improve quicker. Whereas the players we have, they're playing games, which is great, and I've seen a massive development in them since this tournament started, since we started this campaign, and they've all improved, but it's at a lower level than what these players are at, and that's where there's a little bit of a difference. But it's not to say we can't compete and beat this team, because the way we've been playing up until this, it shows there was much more about us than what we've shown today, and I think we can still go after them.
Ricci for Italy. Forward for Pellegrini. Shoot on sight.
It's just a little curl ball down the side. It's nothing too difficult to deal with. Cashin just gets a little bit watching the ball. Back to this penalty here. He just calm, isn't it? Mar goes the wrong way and puts him comfortable finish. You know, we're talking about this guy being worth 22 million already, and he's only young, and he's not actually even, it's such a fledgling career. But Ireland just have to be careful, because we know that they're capable of producing quality in and around their box, and we have to make sure that we don't give them too many opportunities to do so.
But for now, don't concede a second goal. That really would make it difficult. Parisi, we've seen already, okay, he was fouled in the earlier one, but he's more than willing to exaggerate things.
Yeah, milking it a little bit there, you know.
Actually, you could hear the scream, actually, but anyway. So we've a stoppage at the moment because Brian Maher is in a spot of bother. And what exactly is wrong with him? What it will allow the players to do, though, is get some water, take on some fluids at this stage, and that's no bad thing.
No,
but the concern is about Brian Maher and just how serious his issue is.
Yeah, you know, be really, for Ireland's point of view, you don't want to see him going off, because he is such an influence character around this team, not just his goal stopping and his saving, which he produced a really good one earlier, where the low drive they saved with his foot, but then, like I said, his passing ability, he starts play for us as well, and he seems to be holding his ankle there, so hopefully it doesn't force him off.
You got a glimpse of Luke McNicholas, who's the substitute goalkeeper for Ireland. He's going through his, I suppose, let's call it a loosening up routine, because the warm-up thing, you don't need to worry about that on a day like today.
No, but you know what, you're looking at the game, I think, keep it at this, let's you know, get back into it. And we have got on the bench loads of players that can influence and change the game, and I guess in the last stages, because they're going to be drained. The temperature is going to affect them with their energy sapping the way it is. But we have a lot of, Noss was excellent the last game. Tierney comes in, makes a difference. You know, JJ Coyote, all these players who have played a big part to get to this stage now, we know we can bring them in when needed.
So we're ready to go, and the indications about Brian Maher are pretty positive for now. Ascoli in the heat. It's hard for Ireland to press as vigorously as they would like to. Irish throw in. There's a very familiar face, John O'Shea, part of the under-21 management team. Leo Connor. Kerrigan ahead. Ferguson is pointing as to where he wants the ball played. That's a foul. And a free kick to Ireland.
I think Jim was screaming from the sideline there just to get that one out. You know, every time we can get a ball in this area, though, you know, we played it quick this time, but so often we've produced really well and good routines from set plays, so we need to try and make them count.
Ferguson closing down Clizari, the Italian goalkeeper, who hasn't had an awful lot to do, you would have to say. Well, Ireland, of course, would love an equaliser, but as Stephen was saying, keep it at this at the very least for the next while. Don't concede a second goal.
Just don't let them dictate the play, because you know they're more than capable of passing it and making us run around, but we're still getting on the ball, we're still moving, and we're still making them work, which is really good.
Leo Connor. Kerrigan. And Coventry. You heard the encouragement roared into Liam Kerrigan. Coventry. O'Connor. Kerrigan. Kerrigan been manhandled by Parisi. Irish free kick in a good position.
Yeah, it's great position, and it's great positive thinking from Kerrigan. Every time he gets it, he's tried to 1-2 initially. Now he's decided to take his man on and just makes him commit the foul.
So McGuinness has come forward for the set piece. Cashin's there as well. Coventry just hanging around outside the penalty area. Should the ball come back out to him. Bagan has great height as well. So let's see, Will Smallbone's delivery. On its way. And Ricci able to deal with it, but comes back to right, and Cashin floats it back in. Smallbone for Ireland. Smallbone still just couldn't bring it under control. His first touch sent the ball to his left. But that was at least pressure on the Italian defence.
It's a great little knock back into the area, and Smallbone sprinting onto him. He just can't get his touch under control. And with what we've seen from him of late, you almost fancy him just bringing that down and hitting the target, but he just gets away from him.
It's certainly better for Ireland. That spell of pressure comes to an end. What a little dink in from Cashin.
Here he tries to take it and it just comes off his toe. You see, he wants to take it outside his body, and it goes back inside to where everybody is. Just won't fall from.
Well, that will give Ireland some encouragement as we head towards half an hour played in Ascoli. Now Smallbone and Ferguson. Smallbone goes through the middle. Tyreek Wright is there as well, and well, that was an unusual header back, but effective from Cambiasso.
Again, it's really good build-up play from Ireland. They play 1-2-1-2s around the corners, little flicks around, but not flicks actually to a teammate. And then there's a third man runner going on the overlap with Ferguson. He gets the ball into it. It's just a pity that Tyreek Wright and Smallbone haven't gone to attack that. They both held back for it being cut back to them.
Joel Bagan underneath that with Beauvais. Ferguson and Pirola. Ferguson loving the physical duel with Pirola. Conor Coventry from West Ham. He was at MK Dons last season and loved his time there with Troy Parrott. That's Leo Connor, and Kerrigan and O'Connor just got the wires a little bit crossed.
It's difficult for O'Connor because as you turn, that's the ball that's on. And I know Kerrigan's coming short, but you almost need to come short to spin him behind him in that situation. But that's asking a lot of Kerrigan because, like I said, the conditions, it's hot.
Cashin beaten in the air by Pellegrini. That's a foul on Evan Ferguson.
Great first touch from Ferguson because that's whipped into him at pace and he just kills it.
His dad was quite a player as well.
Go back, go back, go back.
You know you're getting on when you've seen their dads play, but anyway.
So you're looking at these Italian names and you're
Sure.
wondering who they're related to.
I know. Well, actually, Pellegrini, his dad is the manager of Torino, who he plays for. Now, Gavin Kilkenny over the free kick. Ireland have had some joy with the set plays, but that's kicked into a big clump of Italian players. Smallbone retrieves it. Bagan shoots. High, wide, and not particularly handsome.
No, it's going to have to be an amazing strike from there, but it opens up for him, and sure, why not? He just sees a little bit of space, tries to take the shot on.
Rovella. And Ireland trying to press Italy and make it difficult for them to play the ball out from the back. Ireland have a throw in.
They did it really well there. They pressed the numbers and all followed their man, so it forced them into an error.
Conor Coventry. Lee O'Connor. Well, he was distracted by Parisi, and O'Connor is now out of position. And Italy have 2-on-1 here, and they can push the ball wide to Cambiaghi. Went the other way.
Just thankfully for us, he almost picked the wrong decision. I think he was playing into loads of bodies. The pass had been right, maybe, but he's trying to Ivan Needle stuff here. Ireland got the man back around the recovery position, and he can't get on top of it, but the pass on the outside was probably the safer one and would have caused us more problems.
Luckily, it didn't work out. Marr, his injury seems to have... Well, no, he seemed to jar it again there. He grimaced as he kicked the ball. So the Irish physios, I think, will have to do some work with Brian Marr at half-time, which is still 12 minutes away, probably with another 2 or 3 added on. Remember, we had that stoppage for the treatment to Brian Marr, but he doesn't seem comfortable kicking the ball.
You know, it would have been such a huge feature and part of his game that, you know, it will change how we play.
Rovella for Italy. Decent period of possession for them. Comes to an end, though. Nicolato, their manager, well, there he is, and he's a very animated presence on the touchline. He already had one Italian under-21 team in the European finals. They were beaten in the quarterfinals of last year's competition by Portugal. Parisi did well to keep it in play, but Lee O'Connor happy just to belt it out. Cambiaghi. Ascoli. Right idea, wrong execution. That was for Bove.
Same pass he's played a few times. One man just comes short, and then Bove tries to spin in behind Cashin, and on a few occasions Ascoli has actually found the pass and he's played the right way. Just that time he plays it off, thankfully for Ireland.
Just watch Brian Marr, if he kicks this ball long, how he is after he kicks it. Well, no. That seemed better. Pirola and Ferguson, and that went the way of the Italians. Here's a shot. Oh, goal! Italy go 2-0 up in the 35th minute, and it's Cambiaghi. The goalkeeper really should have kept that out, but I wonder just how fit is Brian Marr. Wasn't able to spring off his right foot, which is the leg he injured not so long ago. And Italy in great shape now. Ireland in deep trouble.
Yeah, when he sprints and hits it, you just don't think he's going to trouble him that much, but Maher just doesn't get the connection on he wants. He looks like he's in line with the ball, but just can't get the power behind his hand to keep out, and knocks it onto the post. You know, that's the first time a ball's really come back from a long kick as well. Spins, it's a decent strike, but Maher just doesn't. I think the bounce does him there almost, but he just doesn't get what he wants. You know, I'm sure he'd be disappointed that he hasn't kept that out for us.
A shot from distance from Nicolo Cambiaghi.
There is a lot of movement in the ball. It dips right before he gets to it, and that's probably what puts him off. You can see his hand on his head in his hand. He's really disappointed, but the dip has just done him.
Less than 10 minutes to go to half-time. And a goal that young man will remember for quite a while. And he looks quite calm now, Paolo Nicolato. And Ireland, well, they just need to get to half-time. At 2-0 down, no worse. Better, sure they'd accept that.
It's not like they've been overrun either. Given a much better count on themselves in this game than against the last time against Italy. Italy dominated possession and dominated everything in the last game, where it hasn't been the same. We've had good spells. We haven't made anything count or created any clear-cut chances, but they've not really been on top. They just had, you know, a mistake from McGuinness for the penalty, and what you'd say is a mistake from Maher there for that goal as well, which would be disappointing because up until that, we're in the game.
Pietro Pellegrini is the player who was down injured for Italy. And, well, there's no official water breaks, but for the second time, all the players getting the opportunity to take on some water, which is badly needed. He's okay. So the Italian director showing us the goal again. And yes, Stephen, as you say, the bounce was tricky, just right in front of him.
The ball just dips right down just before, and then it bounces back up, and he looks like he's got his hand maybe in the wrong position. It's hard to tell what he's thinking as he dives there, but he looks like he's in a place where he can't actually save it. It's just his hand is in the wrong position. So I think he'd be disappointed with that. Especially up into, you know, throughout the whole tournament, he's come up with some fantastic saves, and he's been a real...
Oh, now that was a late whistle from the referee. Will Smallbone had made a decent break forward. Ricci, the Italian captain indeed, gone down in a heap. What do you think of that?
It's never been a free kick, to be honest. No. He just rolled his man. As the Italian flies in, he's trying to intercept the ball, but he gets it wrong. Will Smallbone uses his body perfectly and lets it run past him.
Parisi. Vitti.
Sometimes it's about how loud you scream, though, isn't it, to get those free kicks?
Well, we've heard a few of those. Ascoli. And Ascoli, again, Aaron Cashin is across, and Tyreek Wright under-hit his clearance. That was for Smallbone, and they were on a different wavelength. Ricci. Rovella. Ricci again. Another Torino player. Cambiasso wants to come back on his left, little dink in. Cashin's header away for Ireland. But they're running the show now. Pirola. Ascoli.
Yeah, they're moving it a lot better.
Ireland, well, really having to dig in with Kilkenny. Cashin. That's gone straight up in the air. Conor Coventry and McGuinness got to that. Smallbone's little touch. Ferguson surrounded and fouled as well. He did really well for his team there, Evan Ferguson.
Yeah, both him and Smallbone did really well because it was up in the air. We had to try and bring it back down and allow us to come up the pitch, relieve some of the pressure, and he's done brilliantly there.
That was some defending from Viti at both hands around him. Italian rugby stuff. Anyway, just over 5 minutes to half time. Small bone.
That's 101 in Italian defending handbook, I think.
Sure, yeah. And we know they take such pride in the way they defend. Kerrigan dispossessed. Kilkenny didn't get his foot through that. Cambiaggi, the scorer of the second goal. There's the scorer of the first, Rovella. Cashin's header down, it's come straight to Bove. They managed to block it away.
It's a great block from Cashin. He doesn't get any distance on his head, and it just drops straight to Bove, who his connection was excellent. It looks like it's destined for the back of the net, but Cashin throws himself in front of it.
Tirola. Ritchie. Big gap in the middle of the field. Bagan with the interception for Ireland. That's Kilkenny, small bone. Well, it's worked out well. Tyreek Wright. Ireland need a bit of a break. Kerrigan. Well, he's a bit isolated at the moment. Leo Connor joins now. 2 to aim at, all about the cross. Ferguson was waiting for that to come through to him. Pirola got in the way for Italy. Joel Bagan. Ireland pushing in the dying minutes of the first half. Trying to get a lifeline back into this game. From here, though, they can't concede anymore, and they need 3. Only a victory will do for Ireland to automatically qualify. Kerrigan, they all seem to stop, and the goalkeeper punched it away. Plizzari, he has not had very much to do at all. McGuinness didn't give away the foul. Kilkenny, this is a good little spell for Ireland.
Yeah, much better. Pass the ball well, actually find the space in the box. Kerrigan's little turn there, and he fires it across.
Tyreek Wright, good run. He's got in behind Ascoli. Wright and Pirola got a left boot to that. Nothing comes of that particular Irish surge. Bagan and Bove, and Ireland fighting into the tackles, and they're going to finish the half in a purposeful manner.
They have to take confidence from them in the play, because they showed they can actually get in behind them down the sides. It's just that final little bit of a cross or pass. This is the one here where Kerrigan first switches around the corner. The keeper just has to get something on it, because you can see Tyreek Wright is right behind him following it in.
McGuinness. Oh, Connor had to get there and did, but left it after him. Parisi. And Italy have regained their composure. Ritchie takes it out.
Be happy just to pass the ball like this between themselves to the back and try and draw us out.
Kerrigan using his considerable strength just to outmuscle Parisi. They've had a good little battle. Now Ferguson is the furthest forward for Ireland. It'll be a throw-in for the visiting team. Ferguson. Well, that was John O'Shea. You could hear that unmistakable accent. And now here come Italy. Cambiaggi, the scorer of the second goal. Thought he was going to shoot again. Pellegrini forced wide, and he's got it back again off McGuinness's clearance. Ireland need to get out of here sharpish. That's Cambiasso. Cambiaggi turns back in, wants it on his left boot. Marr was flying after it. There was an Irish touch on it.
Don't know whether it's Marr's touch with his finger or it's a deflection from the shot, but you know, the initial play when he goes down the line, this here he turns in, whips it. Does Marr just get fingertips to it?
Yeah, he did. It was a really good save.
Yeah.
Fantastic save. You'll see the flight of the ball change fractionally.
It is, and it's dropping fast as well, so that could have just nipped under the bar. But it was a quick break by Italy getting down the side, and I'm surprised McGuinness didn't get closer to the man to try and close it down, but we get away with it.
Another Italian corner, Rovella. Oh, there was an Italian touch on that, Ascoli and McGuinness. Close to each other once more, so McGuinness, well, that's what led to the penalty. He's his player on those corner kicks, Richie. We're in added time at the end of the first half, 2 minutes being added on by the Hungarian officials. Italy taking the lead with the Rovella penalty after 20 minutes. The foul by Mark McGuinness on Ascoli in the penalty area, and then Cambiaghi with the second goal in the 35th minute. A shot from distance, which Brian Maher in the Irish goal was unable to save.
I know it sounds cliche, and most goals are avoidable, but from Ireland's point of view, they're definitely avoidable, and we left ourselves in much more difficult position coming into the second half, but we still have nothing to lose in this game. You know, we've got guaranteed our position, and if we can have a little bit more, I don't know, emphasis in the attack in the final three, get the ball into those front men, because when they have had the ball around there, they've kept it well. It's just we need to get more men in and around with them.
Kilkenny finds Kerrigan, who's in a different position, more central. Kilkenny again. It's another good forward pass from Cashin Smallbone for Ferguson. He's just trying to roll his marker. Kerrigan, that's a free kick, foul by Richie.
Yeah, Kerrigan and Roy have just changed over, and I like that with wing-backs or wingers, because it means they're coming in on a stronger foot, and with someone like Ferguson in front who can be a pivot, you can link off, it works really well.
Yeah, they've about 20 seconds less to do this. It'll be the last play of the first half in Ascoli. So McGuinness, Bagan is on the far side. There he is, you can see him. Top of your picture. Tyreek Wright, the dummy. Smallbone always going to take this, and Bagan, well, it went over his head and everyone else's, and there's the whistle for the end of the first half. Italy in charge, leading by 2-0. A tough job for Ireland is even tougher. Analysis to come after this break. Jamal, thanks very much indeed, and welcome back. Just about ready to go for the second half in Ascoli. No word of any changes to either team for this second 45 minutes. Although it looks like, actually, yes, Andy Lyons is going to come in wearing number 15. So Joel Bagan has gone off, so opportunity for Andy Lyons to impress. Shamrock Rovers right back. Nicolato has not made any changes. So Stephen.
Yeah, it looks like he's gone to right back, the right wing back area. So if he's gone, and then O'Connor's coming to this left-hand side, but he offers a lot of pace, and he's had a very good season. He gets forward, he's got a goal in him as well.
Got plenty of goals in him, as Stephen Bradley will tell us.
It looks like Ireland have changed to a 3 at the back. It looks like Tariq Roy has come on this left-hand side. It looks like Hines has gone on the right wing-back position, and then Leo O'Connor has dropped into the right side centre-back. So it looks like we're playing a 3, and then we're getting the wingers in. So, you know, Bagan wasn't as effective going forward, so we're looking to get more people on the ball.
McGuinness has to get across and play here, and oh dear, what on earth happened there? Oh, that is a terrible start to the second half for Ireland. 3-0, and Pellegrini with an absolute gift of a goal. A total mix-up between Brian Maher and Mark McGuinness, and that is good night, Ascoli.
Yeah, but you know, when you're talking every goal, we're talking about avoidable situations, and this is a massively avoidable situation. A simple ball in behind, running back to the goalkeeper. McGuinness is trying to let run to Maher. Maher wants Guinness to deal with it. Neither of them take control of the situation and just deal with it. McGuinness, just put your foot through it. If you don't hear the goalkeeper, you get rid of that ball. If you're Mar, you come through both of them, you take both of them out of it. It's such a simple ball in behind. McGuinness's favourite to get there. Oh, it's just such a lack of communication between the two of them. Mar has to come out and clean both of them out. But awful defending, it really is poor. Both of them are arguing with each other now at the end of it, but it's a gift to Italy, another gift to them, and you know, we've caused ourselves so many problems. It's just so disappointing.
Oh, what a way for the second half to start. What a way for it to start for Italy. They only needed a draw coming in here, and, well, barring an absolute meltdown on a really hot day, it is close to impossible to see Ireland getting themselves back into this game and getting the 4 goals they need without conceding any more. But, well, Jim Crawford would have done his best to lift the players, to encourage them at half-time. They've changed the shape. Andy Lyons in, had high hopes, and that mix-up between McGuinness and Mar has just thrown the whole thing into absolute chaos now at this stage. So here's Ferguson.
It's so frustrating, isn't it? Because you're watching, you're going, right, let's go out, win the second half. You know, they can still go and do that, but the chances of actually winning the game overall is going to be so difficult, and they haven't had to work for a goal. That's the problem. We haven't made them work for the goals they've scored. They've got great quality, they've got good players, but we've gifted them all the goals, and that's what's so disappointing. Smallbone
with the Irish corner. Cashin's header, that could have gone anywhere, seemed to be going wide. Oh, and that was Kilkenny's shot, and worth a go.
Absolute thunderous strike from Kilkenny. He comes onto it, meets it so well. His technique is brilliant, and Cashin's goal looked like, or Cashin's header looked like effort, looked like it was going on goal as well. But this is a fantastic strike.
Well, the goalkeeper, certainly Plizzari, was worried about it. He went full stretch after it. The replay doesn't exactly tell us just how close it was. We'd like to see one from behind either goal, but anyway, look, it went wide, and that is the most important thing from an Irish perspective.
I think when we're looking at this, I suppose perspective from our point of view is that they're 21s, and they have to learn from these situations. You have to learn that you get punished when you make mistakes, that indecision in defence is a no-go. Someone has to take control of the situation, and you know, Mar will learn from that. McGuinness will have to learn from that as well. But you know, from going from a position of where we could have been in this game to gifting 3 goals, and now it's such an uphill struggle. It's difficult, but they're going to have to learn, because when they go into the playoffs, they can't do stuff like this. They have to be better in those situations.
Yeah, the 8 group runners-up will be in 4 playoff games. There is a best runner-up as well from the groups, but Ireland, unfortunately, not going to be in the mix in terms of the teams who are going to qualify automatically as the best runner-up at the moment. Ukraine, they've 23 points. Bear in mind, Ireland have 19 before today. Czech Republic 22, Switzerland 23. So that is not a route to the European Championship finals for Ireland. But the playoffs, and we knew that before today, the playoffs will be an option. And at the end of this game, with the way things have gone, well, maybe they can get 1 goal back. Andy Lyons did really well to keep that in play. It was Lee O'Connor, indeed, who kept it in play. There's Andy Lyons. Ireland with a free kick. 5 minutes played in the second half. Kilkenny floats it in right, just trying to get around the right side of Cambiasso. I don't want to see that again.
Yeah, it's just such a mix-up. It's so close to the goal, where for me, the goalkeeper, he has to take control of the situation. But if you don't hear him, if you don't hear a shout, and you're there, you just deal with it. You know, take man, take ball, take everything. You're a defender. You just say, right, I can deal with the situation. I haven't heard a shout. I'm just going to clear my lines. And I know this, like I said, it's a learning curve. That's what this age group is about. But you have to learn quickly, and you have to learn on your feet. And every goal has been a situation that we could have absolutely not given to them, and is avoidable.
Rovella for Italy. Smallbone there with them. Parisi. Andy Lyons there with him. Oh, Parisi has got around Lyons. Parisi still going. He's a very tricky customer. Kilkenny said, right, I'm going to bring an end to this, and just put his foot in, got the ball back. Smallbone towards Ferguson. He's isolated at the moment, but there's a big gap right down the middle. He couldn't get past Pirola, but Ireland are going to get a free kick, and he did really well for his team there, Evan Ferguson.
Smallbone and Ferguson did brilliant there. Smallbone just gets himself in a great position where he can actually find the pass, and he doesn't just smash it, he clips into an area where Ferguson can control it, and then he's going at him and just gets taken out.
And perhaps one route back into this, and it's a long way back, as we know, needing 4 goals without conceding any more, is that sort of thing. Ascoli, just a total shutdown and concentration, no need to push Evan Ferguson. That's exactly what he did. So will this Italian team think it's job done and they're just going to coast from here until the 90th minute and all the way to the finals next year? That could happen. But can Ireland get a goal? Tyreek Wright straight into the wall. Parisi affects the clearance for Italy. Well, the players who came forward and travelled the length of the field, but McGuinness is still coming back into position. But that in its own way a little bit on the frustrating side when the ball is belted straight into the wall when you've gone up to try and contest it. Lyons and Parisi. That's going to be a good battle between the two of them.
Yeah, it is, yeah. It is going to be good. And, you know, Ireland, it's playing for what we can see we can get out of this game. What can we do as a team? Can we show some character and get back into it?
Bove chasing this down for Italy, and Kilkenny is gone with him. Cashin back in position. That's Cambiaso. Rovella, and drilled high and wide by Cambiaggi.
It's a great ball in, isn't it? And as it drops to Rovella, you think he's going to hit this first time, but luckily for us, he takes a touch, allows us to close them down and cut the space off a little bit, forcing the pass backwards. And then Coventry gets out and closes them down well, but the difference between us and them at the moment as well is when they've gone to the final third, they've put in a decent cross, a decent quality. Look at the chance we just had there to cross in the box, and we hit the first man. You know, I've been so complimentary of this young side. When we've playing crosses, we've been clever on free kicks, and the delivery's been brilliant, and we've had numbers in the box, where today that's all gone to one side. We've been lacking that little bit in the final third.
Conor Coventry. Kerrigan, nice little turn. Pirola got in the way though. Pirola, the Inter Milan player, he's on loan at Monza. Ricci. Cambiaggi. Parisi. And Bove, as the Italians stroke the ball around again. Have they got anybody arriving? No, they haven't. Smallbone was in the right place for Ireland, thankfully, because there was a fair bit of space there. Here's Tyreek Wright. Just lost control of it. Ascoli there in front of him, and he's a big, powerful defender. A very talented footballer, and that's gone over the head of McGuinness. Ascoli has tried those long passes. A few of them he kept low to the deck in the first half, and that is the shot from Cambiaggi, and Mar makes the save.
Yeah, much better save from Mar there, but the transition play from Italy is brilliant. Ascoli, as he drives out, gives him 1-2, goes down the line, but then his ball into the box is into such a good area that Ireland can't deal with it, and they can recycle it and get the shot away.
The Italian supporters starting to celebrate already. Tyreek Wright. Ricci there with them, seemed to push him a couple of times, but the Torino player has it back.
It's just been a number of occasions where we've gone to those wide areas and we just seem to be running down blind alleys, don't we? Running into bodies, giving the ball away.
Ricci, by the way, is an €8.5 million player. That's the 22.5 million euro chap. Rovella. Bove.
I think it's undoubted that these have got great quality players in the team. Absolutely fantastic ball, technically good, but they haven't had to work for the comfort they're feeling right now. It's been gifted to them, so we haven't actually tested them to see how good they really are. The lackadaisical style of play now is based on the fact that we've gifted them goals, not because they've had to actually really work for it.
Rovella. Scoring goals against this Italian team in this group has been a tough ask. Ireland didn't manage to score any against them in Tala. They've actually only conceded 4, but before today Ireland had only conceded 6 goals in their 9 matches. That's jumped up to 9 now. That was Maher's fingertip save. So it's Nicolo Rovella who slides that in for Cambiasso. He kept it in play, and they've forced a corner off Gavin Kilkenny.
Clever play, just draw Ireland in, but Kilkenny reads it, gets down the line and blocks it across. But that's stuff that Ireland were doing. Ireland in their free kicks were clever and inventive, and we've seemed to have gone away from that.
You're going to have another look at it here. Corner on its way, and Cashin could have let that go. It was Pellegri's header, and I think he didn't get a shout.
Yeah, lack of communication again. In doubt, you have to. You can't leave it. There could be a man behind you, but it's just that communication. And I know that comes with experience, but
that's a deep one. Oh, and Maher went flying after that, and that's another let off for Ireland. Viti, it was with the header at the end of that, but Brian Maher, it sailed over his head. He committed to come and was never going to get there, and Smallbone did really well. That was that challenge right on the edge with Viti.
He's right behind him. Like, Viti should really put that in the back of net, and aiming at an empty goal. And you know, there was only one Italian in there. He's surrounded by six Irish players, but he still gets his head to the ball.
Parisi clears for Italy. Bove couldn't bring it under control. That seemed to come off the left hand of Pellegrini. The officials didn't see it, and Tyreek Wright has a bit of space. They're in around the back. All about the next ball. Smallbone goes down. Penalty. It's an Irish penalty.
It's brilliant from Smallbone. His touch to take it away from the defender as he comes diving in is so quick and reactive.
So that was Viti with the foul. Have a look again.
It's clever from him. He draws the foul in, and you know, sometimes you're screaming, but he's definitely caught him. But it's the little touch, the cleverness to see that the man is coming in and just take it away from him.
So half an hour to go. If there is to be a miracle, the first part of it has to be right here. Ireland have a penalty, which Conor Coventry is going to take. Cesare, the Italian goalkeeper, will use every trick in the book to try and put Conor Coventry off. Was out there standing beside him. The Hungarian referee tells him to take his place on the line. Alessandro Cesare against Conor Coventry. This has to go in. 61st minute in Ascoli.
Don't have the best record of penalties in underage football in this so far, so hopefully he puts this one away.
It's a short run-up from Coventry. Couple of steps, bang, goal! Is that the start of it? It's a tiny lifeline.
Yeah, and it's nice because he's missed one in this group before. to step up and put it away with the armband on. It's great from Coventry, but it just goes to show getting into a forward area and actually putting a decent ball into the box, the difference that makes with a team. Smallbone draws the foul, he's very clever, and the way he knocks the ball away from him, but, you know, we've not done that.
So substitutions being made now. Conor Noss is going to come in, and Mipo Odubeko. So a midfielder and a forward on. And the timing of those very interesting because, well, Jim Crawford will just be feeling okay. We've gone with another up top, Odubeko, really talented player. So they may as well throw the kitchen sink at Italy now. They've got a goal back. Can they keep the pressure on Italy? And as Stephen was saying, the 3 Italian goals, they haven't had to work hard or play brilliant football to score each one of them. They've been gifted them. And will that goal make them work? They're still in a great position, the Italians.
We still have it all to do, but let's put them to the test. Let's see what their quality is actually like.
And we know there's plenty of character in this Irish team. That was a foul by Aaron Cashin. Cambiasso, it's kind of like a delayed reaction, but he did eventually go down. So more defending to do for Ireland here.
It's actually a good foul because when he comes in on his left foot, you're worried because there's a lot of space between Cashin and the next player for Ireland.
Rovella over for Italy. No problem there. Cashin and McGuinness very close. Coventry got a touch to it. Conor Noss of Borussia Mönchengladbach and Mipo Odubeko from West Ham.
Both of them have had big games in the last few weeks for Ireland. Noss was excellent against Montenegro. Probably would have been a contender for man of the match only before it came off for 20 minutes ago. And Mipo got his goal in one of the games as well. So players that can influence the game and cause a problem to Italy.
Andy Lyons. Well, with every respect to any Italian viewers we have today, a second Irish goal would make this interesting.
Yeah, I think we're allowed to say that there.
Yeah, okay.
I think we're allowed. No, absolutely. And just to show what we're capable of and really see what, you know, if you want to have a chance to qualify for these tournaments, you're going to have to be able to beat teams like this.
See a couple of Italian substitutes getting ready to come in. O'Connor for Ireland. He's won 76 underage caps. That's a record. Cross on its way. Hopped into the chest of the goalkeeper. Cesare.
It was actually a decent ball in. It's just when you had Evan Ferguson going in there, so he was occupying the far post space. We needed someone to be getting across the near post as well, but Mipo had already gone out wide.
So they can now make their changes. Quagliata and Miretti. Quagliata actually plays in the Eredivisie with Heracles. Played 28 times in the league. Bove, one of the players to go off. And that's Miretti. Miretti of Juventus, well, they're under 23 side. Did play in the Champions League this season. So he's the left back.
Instead, in exchange, number 3,
Actually,
Giacomo
go into
Boiata, and
left side of
number 18,
midfield.
Fabio Miretti.
So away we go again. 67th minute in Ascoli. Coventry. Cashin. Ferguson close to him. Gets through to Tyreek Wright. A little bit easier for the players playing in the shade here of the main stand, keeping them out of the direct sunlight. Andy Lyons is quick, not that quick.
No. And when you see Cashin, when he picks the ball up there, like, you want him just to drive forward because he'll draw men towards him. The further he keeps going, the more men will come towards him, then that will create space off him. So, you know, having our centre-backs been able to come out with the ball.
Oh, now Pirola has to play close to his own end line. Viti. Ockerly's header. Given straight to Cashin. Just couldn't get it under control quickly enough, and Pellegrini spotted the opportunity, and he's been brought down. Free kick, Italy.
It's just frustrating that, because we worked him into actually forcing him into heading the ball, and then we pick it up, and just a little bit slow to react to it gives them a chance to regain possession.
Rovella. Ockerly. Ball seemed to bobble up just as he was about to play it. Cambiasso, Tyreek right there with him. Italian corner. Another one.
He's very good, Cambiasso, because you think he's going to be predominantly left-footed, but he's more than capable of just going on the outside and trying to cross on as well with his right foot. So he keeps you guessing as a fullback when he comes up against you.
That was O'Connor's header. Quagliata. Rovella.
I have to give it to Italy though. Since we scored, you would have thought there would have been a slight shift of momentum towards us, bringing the substitutes on, but they've really started to control the game, the tempo of it, passing it very well.
That's a beautiful ball from Rovella into Pellegrini. Cambiaggi. McGuinness was never going to get there, and that's Cashin's header. Did well not to put it out for a corner. It's an Italian throw-in instead.
It's a wonderful cross-in. Is the pace on it. Cashin did well to be in a good position to clear it, but like I was saying, you know, make these Italy show what they're capable of, and they are at the moment showing that they're very good players and they're capable of keeping the ball.
Ireland trying to put some pressure on the Italian defence, but they picked their way out of trouble and up the field. Cambiaggi, he's been very good. Quagliata. Ricci. Last 20 minutes. Rovella. That's Miretti. Pagliata and Ricci.
They're making us work really hard to try and get the ball back, which is, you know, that's what I said. Make them show their quality. We know they have it, but the goals weren't created from that. It was created from our mistakes. Now they're showing what they're capable of. They're passing it, they're moving, they're keeping us on our toes. Every now and again, they try a penetrative pass and it gets into us, so we're running back, and then they recycle it again.
Yeah, tough to get the ball off them, but they have it back now. Small bone. Coventry. Ferguson. Oh, brilliant from Evan Ferguson. Really gambled. Can he continue this brilliant run? And he just ran out of luck, Evan Ferguson. Worth a try. He took on 4 of them there and very nearly got his shot away, Evan Ferguson.
Yeah, just wants him to pull the trigger when he gets into the box. He does so well to work it. Little nutmegs as well.
Now it's Pellegrini for Italy. And McGuinness got across to him, and Pellegrini is desperate for a free kick, but the referee wasn't interested.
It looked like a blatant free kick from here. He just steps into him.
Now Noss. Oh, that could work out well. Yeah, and it does. Oh, surely that ball was out of play. Yes, it was. So an Irish corner. Nice bit of quality for and from Conor Noss. Now JJ Coyote's coming on. The Rotherham player getting some last-minute instructions from John O'Shea. And what a shift Evan Ferguson put in. He really tried his heart out. He's a young man with a big future.
Yeah, he showed so many good glimpses of what he could do, and he fed off scraps for a lot. The quality wasn't great into him, but what he did with at times was excellent. Even there, that last bit of skill where he turns, is facing the wrong way, but gets his body spread and is willing to run between 3 or 4 players.
Small Bones corner. And Lyons lifts that in, and it's the goalkeepers. Lizardi just bowls the ball out. And Ireland can press here, and they've picked up the loose ball. Tyreek Wright, small bone. Right again, it's all very tight in there for Tyreek Wright. There was never really a shooting opportunity for him to at least try and test the goalkeeper. And Wright has tried really hard all the way through this game. Energy-sapping day. That was the Evan Ferguson run. Yeah, Tyreek Wright just left a bit on Cambiaggi. That's a free kick. Well, it's the first time he sat down, Paolo Nicolato, taking a breather in the shade. He's actually managed the Italian 18, 19s, the 20s, a couple of years with this 21s group, although it's a very different group than it was last year when they were in the finals.
No, they do. You know, you look at the Italian players, and even to the senior team now, they seem to be having a conveyor belt of talent that's coming through, working their way through the system and coming to the senior team. And this group is no different. They've got a sprinkling of some really talented footballers.
Yeah, they've lots of them, and as I mentioned earlier on, they're the joint most successful nation with Spain at this age grade in winning titles. They've won 5 of them. Haven't won it since 2004, though.
That's actually surprising, isn't it, that it's been that long?
Yeah, it certainly is. Yeah, they made the final in 2013, but were beaten. Here's Rovella. Cambiaso's touch. Cashin was there with him. Nos. Ricci looks a very accomplished player, doesn't he?
Yeah, they're just so relaxed when they get the ball, and like I've said, we haven't tested them, but now they're showing the real quality. They're keeping it, they're passing it, the movement. When we put them under pressure, they're more than capable of handling it and finding the pass. And even here, this little spin, you know, he's going back towards his own goal, feels the player, uses his body, gets away from him, and then draws the foul. But all over the middle of the park, they've got players that can do that.
Now, Ricci has already played for the Italian senior team. That was against Germany in the Nations League. Just on the 4th of June. Last on, there's a gap in the Irish defence, and well, Cambiaggi couldn't bring the ball under control just as well from an Irish perspective, because there was a bit of a shutdown in that Irish defensive unit.
Yeah, it was gaping, was the little clip over the top, and as he brings it down, there's no one near him. So fortunate, his touch lets him down, which you can't say has been the case for throughout most of the game when it comes to Cambiaggi. His touch has been excellent, so, you know, for him to miscontrol that at such a vital time, not like him, but luckily for Ireland, he did.
It's Miretti, the Italian substitute. Ascoli. McGuinness gets across. Put it out of play, doesn't matter how. Well, it looks like it's going to be the playoffs for Jim Crawford and this Irish under-21 team. They have still made history by qualifying for the playoffs for the first time. Those games will be over 2 legs, and they'll take place in the week of the 19th to the 27th of September. Cambiaggi for Italy. And that's straight at Mar from Miretti.
They're going to just have to watch this back over. You know, learn from what they did wrong, learn from mistakes, and go into this game and, you know, chalk this off to just a bad performance and bad mistakes, but get ready for that next one, because that's the all-important game.
Cambiaso. Rovella just pushes it through. Mar out. McGuinness was there to cover as well. Nos for Ireland. Played really well in Tallinn the other day. Coventry. It's actually the most capped player at this age grade. Today is his 26th appearance for the Irish under-21s team. Heading into the final 10 minutes in Ascoli.
I think I played with Graham Bard, was I had the record
Graham,
beforehand? Yeah, I was in the 21s with Graham.
Yeah, Graham was the previous record holder. JJ Coyote. Coventry. Well, there's a little gap there for Conor Coventry, driving through, goes down looking for another penalty. The referee says it's a goal kick. It's funny the way he was pointing his hand. It looked like he was pointing at the penalty spot.
It's hard to see when he gets caught there now. It's a great driving run from Coventry. Oh no, he's gone over. The ref's done actually very well not to give it, but, you know, it's great to see Coventry give a 1-2, get the position, drive into the box, but the ref's called that. He's got that decision right.
Oh, what's happened here? Italy's turn to have a meltdown at the back, but they got away with that.
You know, they just puts pressure on the goalkeeper, who smashes it off him. It just doesn't drop to us.
Cambiaggi, look at this for a run. Free man over here. It's Pellegrini. And it's going to get more and more stretched. Ireland push looking for more goals, with 8 minutes to go. More substitutions coming for Ireland. Jake O'Brien's going to come in. See him there, and Italy are going to switch things up as well. It's been a long, long season for all of these players, and a really demanding window for them. Some history was made, some big history was made for Ireland by getting this far into the competition and booking a place in the playoffs. And well, that was secured before kickoff today. The hope, as Pellegrini has taken off, to be replaced by Esposito, who plays with FC Basel.
Cambio dell'Italia, esce con il numero 11 Pietro Pellegrini al suo posto con il numero 19 Sebastiano Esposito.
But it will have to be the playoffs.
Nella Repubblica d'Irlanda esce
give you
con
an
il
idea
numero 5 Cashin al
of the
suo
sort of
posto con
players
il
who,
numero 13
or the sort of teams indeed who are in the playoffs. The Czech Republic, Iceland, Israel, Slovakia and Ukraine have already booked places in the playoffs, so there'll be a total of 8 teams, so 7 plus Ireland. You have to say, if it stays this way, as Tyreek Bright goes down clutching his left shin.
Cashin was replaced for O'Brien there as well, Ireland, so he steps just like for like into the left side centre back position. But you just feel that from Ireland's perspective, it was kind of a missed opportunity, wasn't it? They didn't give themselves a fighting chance to actually compete with this team, to see what they were really about. And like we've said, Italy have by far been the best team we've played in this group.
Oh, Odebecco just let fly at that, and it took a nick off an Italian player, so it's gone out for a corner. But yeah, as you say, Stephen, that will be the regret, those kind of unforced errors and the timing of the goals, particularly the goal at the start of the second half, when Jim Crawford had taken the decision to change the shape and try something different with the way Ireland were taking on the game, and then the mix-up between McGuinness and Marr, and that was effectively game over at that stage. That is Rovella who's put it out for another corner.
It's just so demoralising when something like that happens at that moment, because you feel like you've got G'd up, the manager's giving you the confidence at half-time, you're coming out and you've changed your shape to try and get back into it, and then literally within a split second of the half restarting.
Smallbone with another corner. That's O'Brien's touch, and Italy belted clear. Just over 5 minutes to go. Brian Marr, the Derry City goalkeeper, joined them from Bray. Smallbone. O'Brien.
But sometimes it's football. Some individual errors can cause you games, and moments of brilliance can win them for you. And
here, Italy with Ricci trying to make another moment of brilliance. This would seal it, and it has done so. And it's Quagliata with the icing on the cake. Goal number 4 with 5 minutes to go, and the Italian substitute gets goal number 4. And that was a goal of quality, but always likely to happen with Ireland pushing forward, looking for more goals. And the Italian party has certainly started in Ascoli.
Yeah, it was. It's the first time where they've actually cut through us with a lot of possession, interchange play, and he comes onto this really well. Marr goes the wrong way, pulls it back on his right foot, but they've played the ball really well on the left-hand side, and there's a third man running to the box. He finishes off. There's some tired legs out there from Ireland. You can see the demoralisation in them. Chasing back was hard for that one, but that's the first goal that they created, that we actually looked like a decent goal from them.
Yeah, they had to work for it, and where we have seen many moments from them where we know they have the quality there, but it has been the point that you've been making, Stephen, all the way through. Make them show it, and Well, they did on that occasion, and they've done it other times during the second half, but they are a very fine team, and as Jim Crawford said, they are clearly the best team in this group.
Oh, they absolutely are, and we saw that, you know, in the reverse fixture in Tala. They dominated us, and they were the best team we played by far. So you know, going into this game, they're going to cause you problems without gifting them chances, and then we do what we did. So that's what's unfortunate about it. Were we capable of beating who knows, but we didn't really give ourselves a fighting chance.
Oh, you can see some of the Irish supporters a little disappointed with the way the afternoon has gone, naturally. But just at this stage, with just over 3 minutes to go, Stephen, give us your Irish player of the match.
Well, I want to go for Evan Ferguson, who I just think tireless running, fed off scraps for most of the game, and when he did actually get the ball played into him, he did some really good things with his layup play, his ability to run with the ball. You know, for such a young player, you know, he's definitely one for the future, and someone you'd be looking at to make that jump to the senior team when he gets more experience as a player. But, you know, for someone that has struggled to get any decent service today, the best he could with it. So, yeah, Ferguson.
Yeah, very good. A very deserving winner. Ranocchia is on, and another Milan player who's on loan in Serie B, Colombo, is on as well. And well, what a game. What a game Cambiaghi had. Played really well, didn't he?
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant, yeah. You know, apart from that one touch that he misplaced in our box, you know, didn't end up with a goal-scoring opportunity. Everything he did in the game was of quality. It was high intensity. He caused us a lot of problems.
That's O'Brien back there. Ranocchia, by the way, he's a Juventus player. That was risky. Just over 2 minutes to go. Small bone. Pirola has been very good at the back for Italy. Guagliata, the scorer of their 4th goal, putting it out of play. That playoff draw, by the way, is on the 21st of June. And the teams play each other over 2 legs, home and away, the last week in September. That was Ricci. And what a calm finish.
Yeah, the passing is excellent, and you can see O'Connor comes across, his body shape, he tries to intercept it, but he can't get back around. Guagliata just lets it run across him, and then Mars going the wrong way, and he finds that far corner.
Doss.
But we just have to dissect this, don't dwell on it too much, and make sure that they learn and know that in the next game, which is going to be so important, home and away, that they go into it. Don't lose the confidence or the momentum they built going into this game, because this is a one-off. Sure. You can have blips like this, people can make mistakes. They have to feel that they can still qualify, and these can. They're more than capable of giving a much better performance than they did today.
Foul on Andy Lyons. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, so much has been achieved by this group. The way they finished with those 4 consecutive wins to put themselves in this position to get 19 points in the group. Free kick on the way. And sure, today will be disappointing for everybody involved. Just 2 minutes to be added on, which is fair enough. Ascoli, off he goes. He can't just defend, he can play as well. And they have an extra man here, pushes it out wide. Ascoli has it back again, can't get it out of his feet. O'Connor, very important block. Ranocchia.
It's a brilliant play for Ascoli. I was talking about having centre-backs that can drive out with the ball and the carnage it can cause, because you don't know whether to go to him or not. He just keeps going, picks his pass. It's just when the ball gets reversed back into him, he gets his touch a little bit wrong and allows Connor to come in and gets it closing down. But at least Connor hasn't given up. He's still got the desire. They put the block in, even though it's 4-1, which is what you want to see.
Yeah, well, before this campaign, Ireland had tried and failed on 17 different occasions to qualify for the UEFA Under-21 Championships. They first tried back in 1986. There were some big defeats. They conceded 7 or 8 goals against Germany, I remember, one year early on. But this team has been very different. The last campaign, remember, Stephen Kenny began that campaign as the manager of that team. Jim Crawford took over during it, and they just missed out on qualification. But there'll be one more tie, 2 more games after this, as Mar saves easily on the line. But surely disappointing and disappointed with the way this has worked out. But there will be another day. There'll be 2 more days, Stephen, for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's about just your reaction to this. Going back to the things you did well, not dwelling on the mistakes you made, because they can happen. You have to cut them out, you have to learn quick, and you have to realise you can't make mistakes like that against quality sides, because you get punished. But it is about learning and making sure you go into the next game with that confidence.
And there is the whistle. It's all over, and Italy have confirmed their automatic qualification for next year's Under-21 European Championships. Nicolato starts the celebrations. He's qualified another team at this 8th grade for the final. The Republic of Ireland can start to think about the playoffs, and well, today maybe it's a day just to be written off. Sure, as Stephen says, learn from the mistakes, learn from the stuff that happened out there that went against them. The goal at the start of the second half really was an absolute killer to any sort of momentum that Ireland had. Conor Coventry got a goal back just over the hour mark. But the playoff draw in June is what it's all about next, the 21st of June, because here in Ascoli, Italy have beaten the Republic of Ireland by 4 goals to 1. Ireland have the playoffs to plan for.
They do. Thank you very much, Dara and Stephen. So this is what the Group F table looks like after all the games have been played. Italy do go through automatically as group winners, and Ireland have that playoff place, which they'd already secured before today. The draw for that takes place on the 21st of June. Here are Ireland's potential opponents. It's the Iceland, Ukraine, Israel, Slovakia, Czech Republic. Still to be decided, either Croatia and Norway, and Switzerland or Denmark. I'll be chatting with the 2 lads about that very shortly, but first of all, let's hear from the Republic of Ireland Under-21 manager, Jim Crawford.
Commiserations, that was a tough day out there, wasn't it?
Yeah, we knew it was going to be tough, and I've said all along that, you know, they were the best team by a stretch in the group, you know. So if you would have said to us at the very start of this whole campaign that we get a playoff place, we would have taken the hand off you. So we're happy with that. There's loads to learn from that. That's the level we've got to get to, and you just don't give yourself a chance with, you know, giving away a penalty from a set piece and then start a second half. A lack of communication between players, and you go 3-0 down and it's game over. It's game over. But look, we'll take loads from it as a group.
I know you're disappointed with the concession of those goals. Can I ask you about the heat? Was that a big factor? Was the travel a big thing as well? It was probably about a 12-hour journey from Dublin Airport to get here on the east side of Italy. Was that a big part of it? Were you guys tired at all?
No, look, I'm not going to make excuses. You know, coming down to Ascoli, which was some trek to get here, and the conditions are very, very warm. But look, it is what it is. It's the same for them. We just couldn't get going today, and to concede silly goals the way we did, you're not giving yourself a chance.
Lots to look forward to, and a lot of positives from this campaign. You've got this playoff in September, and can you look forward to that now with a lot of hope?
Oh, without a doubt. As I said to you at the beginning of this whole European Championship, if you said that we give you a playoff place, we would have been more than delighted. So now we've got a bit of time to prepare for it. June is historically a difficult window for players who play in the UK. So, you know, we'll be okay when it comes September. You know, we'll have everybody fit and that, and we look forward to it.
Yeah, I bet you will. Thanks for your time during this campaign throughout it. You've been really good to us. Thanks, Jim.
No problem at all. Take care. Safe.